There are no specific universal distance requirements mandating how far an electrical meter must be placed from a window. However, several factors influence the placement of an electrical meter, particularly in relation to windows, and these often relate to safety, accessibility, and local codes. Firstly, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines that, while not explicitly stating a distance from windows, emphasize the need for sufficient working space around electrical equipment. This working space ensures that electricians and other qualified personnel can safely install, maintain, and inspect the meter without obstruction. Secondly, local codes and utility company regulations often supplement the NEC and can include specific requirements for meter placement. These local rules may address proximity to windows, doors, or other building features to ensure safety and accessibility. Thirdly, accessibility is a key consideration. The meter must be readily accessible for reading, maintenance, and disconnection by utility personnel. Placing the meter too close to a window might impede access or create a safety hazard if the window is frequently opened or used as an egress. Fourthly, safety is paramount. The location of the meter should minimize the risk of accidental contact or damage. While a window itself may not pose a direct hazard, the area around a window might be prone to moisture or other environmental factors that could affect the meter's performance and safety. Fifthly, the type of window and its operation can influence meter placement. For example, a window that opens outward might require additional clearance to prevent interference with the meter. Similarly, a window that is frequently used for ventilation might warrant a greater distance to avoid exposing the meter to excessive moisture. Sixthly, underground service considerations play a role. With an underground service, the location where the underground conduit enters the building becomes a critical point for meter placement. The meter should be located as close as possible to the point of entry, but it must still comply with all applicable codes and regulations, including those related to window proximity. Seventhly, the height of the meter is another important factor. The meter should be mounted at a height that allows for easy reading and maintenance, typically between 4 feet and 6 feet above ground level. This height requirement can influence the placement in relation to windows, especially if the window is located at a lower level. Eighthly, the presence of other utilities or structures can affect meter placement. The meter should be located away from gas lines, water pipes, and other potential hazards. Ninthly, the aesthetic considerations might also play a role, although safety and compliance take precedence. The meter should be located in a manner that minimizes its visual impact on the building's appearance. Tenthly, consulting with the local utility company and electrical inspector is crucial. These professionals can provide specific guidance on meter placement requirements in your area and ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. 11thly, the NEC section 10.26 addresses dedicated electrical space. It requires a clear space for electrical equipment, which might influence the placement near windows. 12thly, section 110.32 of the NEC speaks to workspace requirements about electrical equipment operating at 600 volts or less. This section dictates the depth of the working space in front of electrical equipment like a meter, and this could affect how close you can place a meter to a window. 13thly, consider the environment. Is the window prone to leaking? Is it in direct sunlight that could overheat the meter? These are all factors that could indirectly dictate the meter's placement. 14thly, the type of meter enclosure also matters. Some enclosures are more resistant to environmental factors than others, which could influence the acceptable distance from a window. 15thly, the local climate conditions should be taken into account. In areas with harsh weather, the meter might need to be located in a more protected area, which could affect its placement in relation to windows. 16thly, consider the potential for future renovations or additions to the building. The meter should be located in a way that will not interfere with future construction projects. 17thly, it's essential to maintain a safe distance from any combustible materials. Placing the meter too close to flammable materials near a window could pose a fire hazard. 18thly, verify the specific requirements of the utility company that provides the electrical service. They may have their own set of rules and regulations regarding meter placement. 19thly, consider the orientation of the building and the potential for sunlight exposure. Direct sunlight can cause the meter to overheat, so it's best to locate it in a shaded area. 20thly, ensure that the meter is easily accessible for emergency personnel in case of a fire or other emergency. 21stly, the meter should be protected from physical damage. Placing it in a location where it's likely to be struck by vehicles or other objects is not a good idea. 22ndly, consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the meter is installed in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. 23rdly, consider the placement of other utilities, such as gas and water lines. The meter should be located away from these utilities to prevent potential hazards. 24thly, the meter should be located in a well-ventilated area to prevent overheating. 25thly, ensure that the meter is properly grounded to prevent electrical shock. 26thly, the meter should be located in a secure location to prevent tampering or theft. 27thly, consider the aesthetic impact of the meter on the building's appearance. While safety and compliance are the top priorities, it's also important to choose a location that is visually appealing. 28thly, the local building code should be consulted to verify the requirements for meter placement. 29thly, the utility company may require a specific type of meter enclosure based on the location of the meter. 30thly, it's important to document the meter's location for future reference. This can be helpful when performing maintenance or upgrades to the electrical system. 31stly, consider the potential for future changes in building codes or utility regulations. The meter should be located in a way that will allow for easy relocation if necessary. 32ndly, the meter should be located in a place where it will not be obstructed by landscaping or other vegetation. 33rdly, ensure that the meter is accessible year-round, even in inclement weather conditions. 34thly, the meter should be installed in a manner that prevents water from entering the enclosure. 35thly, the location of the meter should be coordinated with other building systems such as HVAC and plumbing. 36thly, consider the potential for noise generated by the meter. If the meter is located near a living area, it's important to choose a location that will minimize noise pollution. 37thly, the meter should be located in a place where it will not be exposed to excessive vibration. 38thly, ensure that the meter is compatible with the building's electrical system. 39thly, the meter should be installed by a qualified electrician who is familiar with local codes and regulations. 40thly, it is essential to periodically inspect the meter for any signs of damage or wear. 41stly, the meter should be located in a place where it will not be exposed to corrosive substances. 42ndly, it should be located in a place where it will not be exposed to extreme temperatures. 43rdly, the meter must be placed so the utility company can read it and have access for maintenance and repairs. 44thly, consider what type of window you are dealing with. Is it a large picture window or a small basement window? The location will have an effect on where to place the meter. 45thly, the path of the underground conduit needs to be carefully considered. You don't want it running under a patio or driveway, if possible. 46thly, the location you choose needs to be approved by the local inspection authority. They have the final say in where the meter is located. 47thly, the meter should be protected from impact. Use bollards if in an area that might be hit by vehicles. 48thly, the meter installation needs to be compliant with the American with Disabilities Act, or ADA, guidelines. 49thly, the goal is always to maintain safety and code compliance for a lasting and efficient installation. 50thly, there may be requirements about how far from the property line the meter needs to be. This could influence the location of the meter relative to a window. In summary, while there isn't a hard and fast rule about the distance from a window, many practical and code-related factors come into play.